You shouldn't have done that.
I know. Now the truth comes out.
The day my brother looked our father in the eyes and said, "Die if you have to. I'm not giving you a single dollar." I secretly recorded every word. 3 months later, that same recording destroyed everything he had spent his entire life building. My name is Emma, and until that day I believed nothing could tear my family apart. My father spent 40 years working construction. Every scar on his hands paid for our education, our home, and every opportunity my brother Ryan and I ever had. Ryan became rich. Luxury cars, designer suits, 1 million followers online. He loved telling people he was self-made. Then Dad suffered a heart attack. The hospital called us both. The doctor explained Dad needed emergency surgery immediately. Ryan didn't even ask how Dad was feeling. He asked one question: how much? When he heard the amount, he laughed. Sell the house. Sell Mom's jewelry. I don't care. Just don't call me again. I froze. Dad lowered his head like someone had stolen the last piece of his heart. Ryan turned and walked away. He never noticed my phone was recording. I emptied my savings. I borrowed money. Friends from church helped. The surgery saved Dad's life. But something inside him never healed. He stopped calling Ryan. He stopped mentioning his name. Life moved on. Or so Ryan thought. 3 months later, an attorney invited us to his office. Ryan walked in smiling. He assumed Dad wanted to apologize. Instead, the attorney placed a thick folder on the table. Ryan opened it. His smile disappeared. Dad had quietly owned one of the largest construction companies in the county for over 20 years. It wasn't worth thousands. It was worth nearly $20 million. Ryan immediately leaned forward. "Dad, we can run it together." Dad didn't answer. Instead, he nodded toward me. I pressed play. Ryan's own voice filled the room. "Die if you have to. I'm not giving you a single dollar." The room went completely silent. Ryan's face lost all color. He whispered, "Emma, please turn it off." I didn't. Dad looked at him with tears in his eyes. The day I needed my son, I discovered I only had one child. Then he signed the final document. Every share, every asset, every company was transferred to me. Ryan exploded. He screamed. He blamed me. He threatened lawsuits. The attorney calmly smiled. The transfer became legally irreversible 6 weeks ago. Ryan walked out with nothing. Within months, the truth spread. Investors discovered he was drowning in debt. Business partners abandoned him. His luxury house was repossessed. His expensive SUV disappeared. The friends who called him every day suddenly forgot his number. Meanwhile, I kept Dad's company exactly the way he built it. Every employee kept their job. Salaries increased. Families who depended on the company stayed secure. One evening, Dad quietly looked at the workers leaving with smiles on their faces. He squeezed my hand and whispered, "Money doesn't build a family, character does." 6 months later, Ryan showed up at our office. He wasn't wearing a designer suit anymore. He looked exhausted. For the first time in his life, he wasn't asking for money. He was asking for forgiveness. Dad hugged him. So did I. Because forgiveness costs nothing. But trust is earned one choice at a time. And Ryan finally understood that the most expensive thing he ever lost was never the company. It was the family that had loved him before he ever became rich.